Whether you've considered an Alaskan cruise or not, in this video I'm going to show you why you should. An Alaskan cruise is a bucket list holiday for so many people, but you really shouldn't wait. In this video, I'll give you a brief overview and understanding of what cruising Alaska is like, what you can expect to see, the places you might visit, and some of the cruise lines that call Alaska home during the cruising season. When I cruised Alaska, I was blown away by the breathtaking scenery. It felt like there was something to look at each and every minute. The ever-changing landscape, the wildlife, glaciers, mountains, the list could go on and on. It was stunning and I would do it all again. There's a huge variety of ships and cruise lines that regularly go to Alaska. This year, Princess Cruises celebrated its 50th anniversary of sailing there, and it certainly offers a range of ships and itineraries for cruisers to make the most of cruising to that part of the world. With departures from Vancouver, Whittier, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Seattle, there's no shortage of options. Princess Cruises' most popular Alaskan cruise is the one that I chose to do, the aptly named Voyage of the Glaciers. These 7-night cruises depart from either Whittier in Alaska for a southbound voyage or Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada for a northbound voyage. I did the southbound Voyage of the Glaciers, starting the trip in the tiny town of Whittier and spending 7 incredible nights thereafter, touring just some of the stunning landscape and scenery of the Alaskan wilderness. The absolute highlight of the Voyage of the Glaciers is the visit to the UNESCO-listed Glacier Bay National Park, a day that is spent traversing one of the most spectacular parts of the world I've ever seen. Expect to see bears, whales, seals, and eagles, just to name a few, as well as the amazing mountains and glaciers. On a cruise like this, you'll also stop in port 3 times. My cruise stopped in Skagway, Ketchikan, and Juneau. There are plenty of tour options available in each port, some you can book through the cruise line and some that can be arranged directly through tour operators. In Juneau, I had an amazing experience which involved a helicopter trip over Mendenhall Glacier. We landed and had the opportunity to walk around the eerie, almost otherworldly, icy landscape. The fact that cruising in Alaska is done during the Northern Hemisphere's summer means there can be light for as much as 18 hours a day. This makes for the perfect opportunity to really embrace the outward viewing. Plus, you get to experience dusk at 11 p.m, which is definitely fun if you live in a more temperate location. I've done a lot of cruises in my time, and this is the very first time that I haven't been interested in what is on the ship at all. I didn't care about the shows, shipboard activities. I had no interest in any of that, and I didn't know that would be the case until I got to Alaska. So I'll tell you why, and that's obviously because of what you get to see everywhere. Looking outside, being on the outer decks, being on your balcony is far better than watching a show. Which is not something that I would usually say about cruising, but in this case, hands down, the scenery and the landscape, that is why you go to Alaska. As well as Princess Cruises, Celebrity, Holland America, Azamara, Seabourn, Norwegian Cruise Line, Disney Cruise Line, Carnival Cruises, Royal Caribbean, all cruise to the region, so you have an unparalleled choice of ships and itineraries to suit your budget and your date requirements. The Alaska cruise season generally starts at the end of April and runs through to September. Expect to pay more for cruises between June and August. There really is no best time to go, because things like weather and temperature are really subjective. And though historically there may be more rain in the month of August, it can still rain in June. So there's really no better way than to just decide based on your personal requirements. We can control a few things, but the weather is not one of them. Personally, I would not necessarily opt to cruise on the latest and greatest mega ships in a region like Alaska. For me, and after having done it once, it's really about experiencing the passing landscape and making the most of the opportunity to see such an amazing part of the world. I hope you enjoyed my Alaskan overview video. I'll be creating some new videos soon. They go into greater detail about different ports and tours and more into Alaska and what you can expect when you go there. So look out for that. If you can subscribe to the channel, that would be great, and you'll stay up to date with all of my new content. If you're planning a trip and you want some help in doing that, please go to my website, thecruiseandtravelguy.com.au, and you can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook at The Cruise and Travel Guy. So thanks for watching and happy travels.